You've got questions?
We've got answers.
So there's no guarantee whether they'll be correct.
Or they'll leave you lost in the shuffle. Guess what, Paula?
What, Chaz?
It's time once again for a viewer-submitted board game trivia challenge.
Yes, I love these.
Why? Perchance do you love them so?
Because I've been winning.
Have luck.
Been winning these. I have to really control myself from fiddling with these chips the whole time, though, because I don't want to give us bad audio.
Problem solved. There we go.
Hey!
Touché! We both start with 10 points represented by these chips of various color. And we are going to wager our points on how much we think we know the answer to each of these 5 questions.
Yes.
All right, and in the end, whoever has the most chips left will be crowned victorious. One day, it will be me.
It might be today. What have our viewers come up with for us to answer today?
Let's find out with our first question. It's going to come from Sky Larson. Sky Larson is also on Blue Sky.
How about that?
At Sky3 at Blue Sky, which you will find a link to down in this video's description, so you can go tell Sky, hey, awesome job submitting a question.
Good question, Sky.
Exactly.
Paula got it so right.
Probably.
No.
Well, let's get on with question number 1, which is, this year, Slaughterhouse 5 author Kurt Vonnegut's board game design, GHQ, was finally published. Which of these other famous writers designed their own rules for a game called Little Wars? Was it A, Mary Shelley, B, Jules Verne, C, J.R.R. Tolkien, or D, H.G. Wells?
I think I knew the answer to this at one point in time. I think I heard people talking about this at the very first board game convention I ever went to.
Oh my. We're going to make our wagers after seeing each question, and we're going to make our wagers in secret and then reveal to each other.
I have my wager.
1 and 2.
2 big gamblers here.
So now let's go and lock in our answers. You want to go first or second?
I'll go first. I guessed C, J.R.R. Tolkien.
Oh, why did you pick C?
Because I feel like there's definitely some like wargaming history wrapped up in that world. And so I thought maybe he designed something, having been in some war himself. But then I thought it could also be H.G. Wells.
I also thought it could be H.G. Wells, but then I changed my answer to Jules Verne because I thought J.R.R. Tolkien was just too on the nose, too obvious. So I went with Jules Verne, thinking it must be the least obvious of the ones I could think of.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm right.
Well, you are right if you answered D, H.G. Wells.
We both thought about it and then didn't do it, and we both failed.
Betrayed by our own overthinking. That's funny, because overthinking isn't usually a problem with me.
Thinking it all, one might say.
Best not to think about it. Question number 2 is going to come from our friend Jason Walker.
Let's go, Jason.
And as a reminder, Jason Walker always hosts an annual Extra Life event to raise money for charity.
Yeah, the Extra Life is a great, absolutely wonderful cause. And I also feel, I don't know if I feel good about the question. What was the name of the first holiday promo card for Magic the Gathering? A, Gifts Given. B, Goblin Sleigh Ride. C, Fruitcake Elemental. Or D, Hell's Bells.
Oh my.
I'm going big on this one. 5.
4. Oh wow. We are invested. Okay. Gifts Given sounds plausible.
Yeah, that's why I said it.
Oh, okay. Goblin Sleigh Ride also seemed plausible because it has goblins until you realize that if it was Goblin Sleigh Ride, it would have been S-L-A-Y versus sleigh. That's what it would have been. Hell's Bells, I don't think that Magic the Gathering would have put that in as a promo card.
Really?
Yeah, because Magic has had kind of a history
of... Yeah, but they have literally old versions of their cards have like a pentagram on them.
But they have gone back and revamped that art to extract all that stuff
Yeah, but this is the first holiday promo card.
That is true. That is true. But Fruitcake Elemental just vaguely sounds familiar to me. Okay, and it's just quirky enough.
Right, that it could be like a weird, fun promo.
So that's what I'm hoping for. Fruitcake Elemental.
Yeah. I feel like if A is not right, then Gifts Given has definitely been a promo card at some point. Like maybe not the first one, but it 100% feels like the name of a Magic card to me.
I absolutely agree. It is Fruitcake Elemental.
I cannot believe that.
I knew that sounded familiar.
I did not think that was right. I thought I was going to get this one. Oh, no. Just so you know, I only have 3 points left, so...
Uh-oh. I have a solution. I will play very recklessly. Well, this next question comes from Vincent V, who asks us where the great designer Eric M. Lang was born.
Now, I was like, Canada, and then I saw all the answer options.
Yeah, being A, Ottawa, B, Toronto, C, Montreal, or D, Quebec.
I have no idea. I'm not even going to bid secretly because I have nothing. I have one point I'm bidding on this, and this is going to be a 25% chance I get this right.
Well, I can't say I'm bidding recklessly if I don't go and bid 10.
Holy crap, do you know the answer?
Absolutely not. Where's Canada?
He doesn't strike me as a French speaker.
Oh!
I've never heard him, actually, have I even heard him talk?
Now we're getting into like picking up little tiny clues here.
So like, he either knows French, in which case he could be from Montreal or Quebec. But if he doesn't know French, then maybe he's Toronto or Ottawa. There's gonna be so much egg on my face if people are like, duh, he's absolutely fluent in French. What are you talking about?
Sacre bleu.
Sacre bleu.
Have you locked in your answer?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that the surname Lang is indeed French for Eric.
His name is Eric.
I just wanted to see how long it would take for you to get disgusted with me.
Not long.
No.
I said B, Toronto, because why not be from Toronto?
Oh, I also said B because as an American, Toronto's the only place in Canada where I know where it is.
Oh, I know where Vancouver is.
Let's see how shameful of dumb Americans we are. It is Montreal.
I owe you an apology, Eric. I assume if you were born in Montreal, you must know French. I never detected a French accent, but you're in Canada, so I'm digging such a big hole right now. Our Canadian viewers are like, you're a dummy. Eric Lang is like, you're a dummy. Everyone else is like, you're a dummy.
It's okay. You only lost 1 chip.
You lost 10. Eric. Hey, listen, Eric. I'm really sorry I didn't know where you were born, but I'm never going to forget it now. Eric's like, who are these people?
Fair enough.
What is this? Lost in the shuffle?
Get out my face, video. Question number 4, which is going to come to us from Mark Jackson.
Mark Jackson.
The same Mark Jackson from the Opinionated Gamers.
Hey, thank you for the question, Mark.
Yeah, shout out to opinionatedgamers.com. Link in the description below. Would you like the honors?
Which Spiel des Jahres winning game almost never saw the light of day, as the original version of the game was mostly destroyed in a warehouse fire? Was it? Oh no. This is a lot of German now, y'all.
I did not see these.
Why do you keep doing this to me? Dampfrost?
Dampfrost?
A. B. Edelverpflichtet.
Edelverpflichtet.
C. Auf Arsch.
Auf Arsch.
Or D. Reifenbreite.
Reifenbreit. There we go. Now we both suck.
Y'all, I'm sorry. I don't know anything about French Canada. I don't know anything about...
We are typical Americans, is what we
I
are.
will say to all our German viewers, Entschuldigung.
Oh. I will say, sprechen Sie langsam bitte. That's the one phrase in German I know.
Speak the lamb, please.
Speak slowly, please.
Sprechen
Sie langsam bitte. Yeah, I also am only going to wager one.
We're broke, so.
All right.
Do you know anything about any of these games?
I know D. I know what game D is. The other games, I don't even know what game they are. So not to tip my hand.
Only because this has been in 2 questions in a previous trivia episode, go find it and watch it, was mentioned. And so because of that, that's the one I feel like I know. So I've said C.
Oh, I said D because Reifenbreit is the only game on that list I'm familiar with.
Hey, there we go.
There we go. Who's right? Who's wrong? Tune in next month. Okay, we'll do it. Okay. Reifenbreit. I'm feeling bright about my correct answer.
Chaz.
Everything's coming up, Chaz.
Everything coming up, Chaz. How many questions are left?
Final question.
I have one left. One left. I can't win because I can only double this.
You can win. We're both all in again.
We keep doing this. This is not planned.
Hey, if it helps at all, this was my exact strategy a couple of games ago. And
I won.
Yeah. See, so you might win again.
I have to get it right and you have to lose. Okay.
Wait, why did I do that?
I don't know. I don't know why you do the things you do, Chaz. We've all been wondering for years now.
This question is going to come from Greg. That's Greg with 2 G's at the end, making it 3 G's in total.
Total, yes. Thank you for clarification.
Yes. In the first edition of Great Western Trail, which of these is the terminal town? That is, the final, highest scoring station to which players can deliver their cattle. Is it A, Philadelphia, B, New York, C, San Francisco, or D, Sacramento?
I should know this because I did look up differences between first edition and second edition when I was looking up strategy tips, but I don't really remember, so I'm making a guess that might be wrong.
I'm changing my guess to a different guess.
All I know is, to me, Philadelphia and New York are not in the West, so how can you deliver to them in Great Western Trail?
Well, let's find out. At first, I had Philadelphia picked, but noticing that there were 2 Californias, which of these California cities am I going to be most familiar with? So I said, oh, San Francisco. So I thought, okay, the one that people wouldn't think of is Sacramento.
Oh, I was just thinking Sacramento is further up the state than San Francisco. Therefore, perhaps that's where, I'm pretty sure you deliver to Sacramento in this game. I just don't know if it's the final place you go.
Ooh, well.
No, I don't want you to get it right.
If I get it right,
no.
I win one of these for the first time. It is San Francisco. We are both wrong.
Goodbye points.
Goodbye
How does
points.
it keep happening to us?
I think it's because we're not very good at trivia.
That might be it.
The viewers have once again completely stumped us. We will be right back with a game night pick. You know, Paula.
Yes, Chaz.
Some games you introduce to people and every single time they just work. And I think that Just One is just one of those games. For those who don't know, Just One is a game about giving clues, but being careful not to give the same clue that someone else at the table has also given.
Yes, so you're giving a 1-word clue to try and get one person at the table to guess a word that you've all picked down on a card.
First, the guesser leaves the room, and then everyone writes their clues on these little whiteboards and then reveals them to each other simultaneously, and any matching clues are erased and taken out of that round. Then the guesser comes back and tries to guess from the remaining clues.
So it's tricky because you're like, I don't want to give the most obvious clue because everyone else is going to say that. But guess what? Probably no one else said the most obvious clue because you were all worried someone else was going to say the most obvious clue. And all that's left are these random clues that make no sense without the context you needed of the duplicated clues. And the person who comes back is like, I don't know what this is.
It's fantastic. So yeah, Just One, fantastic game that I think we both highly recommend as a selection for consideration as a pick for your next game night.
That's right. And if you want to make your own picks for your next game night, go to GameNightPicks.com, sign up, and use it to help organize your plays.
Full disclosure, we don't actually really rehearse these outros before we do them.
They couldn't tell.
Thanks.